It's a great morning to all of those who tune into the realest thing coming out of Guyana. So, I'm going to give you guys a quick little tour of where I am. There's a place called Overbridge. It's a resort, Overbridge, beautiful resort here in Suriname, down one of Suriname's main rivers, or if not Suriname's main river. So, you guys late? Every signal is a problem. There's a creek that is leading out to the, and they got these beautiful setups here. Yeah, real nice environment. We had a problem getting a hotel quick for last night because my work here is extended. Just back from French Guiana, beautiful place, eh? Really nice environment. I'm going to take you out and show you the river. You could swim, you could rent hammocks, you could do all kind of thing here. Yeah, just want to share this with you. I got some little punkers here. Yeah, so this is the river. You got these benabs. You could go in the benab. See some people, you see they got hammock and sit down there. You tie up your hammock. Yeah, so this morning I want to talk about what I see is unraveling on social media as it relates to the victim, Fedrick, whatever's her name, in the Darmlal case. And I also want to talk about Patterson, MP Patterson. Yeah, this is so beautiful to wake up and look at this sunrise. Wow, it's beautiful. So they got a secure area. So you're in the river, but they secure an area. Maybe they keep I see a lot of, to keep the people in, keep the people safe. Lots of secure setup here. Yeah. It's a huge place, by the way. It's like a splashman for we. Remember, you could drive and come here with your family. The reservations could be made here online. So, yeah, come here with your family. Yeah, I know they got buses you could rent from Guyana. They got bus services that run from Georgetown to Paramaribo, right? So you could load up a bus and then when you come here, I don't know, but you gotta find out if you could rent a bus. If buses are rented in Suriname, you gotta find out though. Okay. And then there's an area for they got a place for volleyball and some of the where's this thing, man? Some of the I forget where's the thing. These little cabins, yeah, are facing the river. It's just beautiful, fully AC and all them thing there. Right, you got volleyball. You got dinner was nice. They had a nice steak dinner with greens and so, just how I like it. Well, first thing I must say, since I've come here and I came off my diet, I've actually been very miserable. Right? Not miserable, I'll explain to you the miserable just now. Not miserable to the point that it's more like not uncomfortable, but miserable, and I'm going to explain to you why. I've been miserable all the time. I had dinner last night and I said, well, here, let me go back on my fasting regimen because this is crap. Right, so they got nice areas here. What they do, they concrete a part of the river, they concrete the area in. So you got this area that's locked in, the children could come here. You understand? Solid, this whole area. up to the river car and children could come here. There's concrete and so you could bring the children here and they could swim in here, and it's just outside of just inside of the river. This is what it looks like from the other side. It's just a beautiful place. I don't know how you guys look at things. Stayed at a nice hotel in the city, and I had an interest in that because the city is an old city. So yeah, that is why I had an interest. But I'm more in tune with yeah. So you see, there's the river there, and then in this area, the rivers open up to the area, and all the areas are secure, right? All the areas are solidly secure. This is just like Demerara River is a resort on the river, right? But it's just a very beautiful place, nice scenery, right? And new things. We're looking for new things. Because if you go to Splashman is not as scenic as this, because it's mostly sand and then this place you have people playing loud music and making one instead of fucking noise. You understand? You ain't got to hear, right? You ain't got to hear. And I don't know, when Guyanese looking to unwind, I don't know how they look for unwind. I don't know if it's look for wind up or unwind. I don't know if Guyanese misunderstood what it means to, or how you find solace and how you find calm. But really, touring and vacation is about unwinding, and Guyanese end up winding up. Right? It's all about a wind up for them. So I don't know how it's work for them, but me that's not me kind of style. Me want to say I'm more style and class than anybody else, but you just gotta follow the lead. You just gotta look at what the world is about and how people do it. I come here, the place is quiet. You understand? The place is beautifully quiet. Right? Eerily quiet. I don't know if there's a right term I use, and I can't remember. So they got people up and down. This is them like them pontoon boat, right? And like there's views there. So when you come here with your family, you could say yes, and the people are very professional. We drive in a place, the man with a garage, the man come out right away to the vehicle, and there's our name is on the list, and you understand? Everybody just very professional. So let's talk about these things that affecting y'all down there this morning. Let me talk about the stuff that affecting you guys. So yeah, beautiful place, beautiful. Here, first thing I must say, this place is called Overbridge. It's called Overbridge, and the outskirts of the Paramaribo, maybe an hour drive away from the city of Paramaribo. In Guyana, I continually to hear people talk about economic hardships. Y'all don't know what's hardships. Y'all try to capitalize on the opportunities that are presenting themselves. Y'all don't worry with the opposition. Even in the time of the opposition failures, you listen to me? Even at the time of the opposition failures and the political decline in Guyana, it didn't bad like how Suriname they're bad right now. I see people walking and falling down hungry. But you have to see the township is a ghost town. A mall that is bigger than Giftland Mall has 2 businesses open inside of it. Just because of political change, and it seems that the administration does not understand how to make things work. You hear what I'm telling you? This here is one of the premier resorts in this country. Yes, Samantha, here, when you're going, you see the businesses. You see the businesses close. Paramaribo, Nekeri is like a ghost town. Now, hear what I say. And the PNC can get little credit here, because they've only been for 5 years. You hear what I'm telling you? even when the PNC been in Guyana's economic decline and all the confusion between 2015 and 2020, Guyana didn't there as bad as right now how Suriname there economically. The place is a ghost town. I go by a Guyanese lady who said she had 38 years over here. She said she never seen nothing like that. When I heard Suriname was having protests recently, people be I said, man, what? Because I come here, see things rough. Businesses are closing down, going out of style. They ain't got a place and a corner. You can't go in Guyana that something ain't happened. Somebody ain't building a house. Guyanese people are quarreling that they ain't get their house lap. They got the money to pay and they ain't getting it. If you're there good, stay good. Y'all capitalize on the situations that are presenting themselves, the environment that is presenting itself to you. You got to come out and work. Don't worry the opposition. Or don't worry with politicians in general. Concentrate how you can put your head down, how you can be somebody, what you can do for you. Things rough like ras. Change of government. Everybody's saying change of government. The government, the Santoki presidency. Let me tell you from what here and I was seeing. So Santoki was a former police commissioner, policeman, and he like a grain jump. You understand? Thing right, you want thing right and so. But you gotta figure out economic balance. When I started really to dabble and try to get understanding of politics was like in 2011 when I started supporting the PNC. And they said things and they do things. But you gotta remember, you got the good, bad, and the ugly. You can't forget the bad and the ugly. You want a good country. You want a good environment. You want to protect everybody. You want to put money in people's pocket. But if there's crime, and you start putting money in good people's pocket, they got criminals. There can be an increase in crime because they're looking for money. This with the business. You got to figure out how to get the criminals off of what they depend on. People, yes, somebody said, Lorraine is saying, after 30 years, people coming back to Guyana. Because it's blues here. Right? So firstly, let me talk about what I'm seeing coming out as it relates to the victim with the Dharamlal matter. So I chose not to do anything as it relates to that matter. I didn't say much. How things happen, minister investigated. How things happen, I talk how it happened. Me and dabble in the story. The victim sent a statement, me and post the statement. Me and talk for Dharamlal, me and talk for Shay. I said, let this, thanks bro. Let the system take its course. What y'all having for breakfast? What y'all eat? You eat yet? Y'all eat meat and I dieted again. I feel so good, buddy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here, me eat. You know what I know? Every single thing. Me go in the supermarket like a little child. You know them fried thing, plantain, this, they got kind of different thing. Here they got nothing, a fried channel. Fried nut with pepper, fried nut, sweet fried nut. And I just pick up one of everything. And I've been tasting and something, but like me had all the local food everywhere me go. Me buy one of everything, just take a taste, right? And my stomach like the sugars and so. I can't go back. to the way I used to be. I sample and I try. And last night since I day, I'm miserable. I got to do my 12 o'clock first meal, and then meats, I got to stay for my carnivore diet. And here was the funny thing. Yesterday, when I'm saying I'm miserable, we go back to the damn other thing. Our personal issues are more important, your health-wise. What you put into you is who you are. And when you look at people, don't let's only look at people when you see people have an attitude. When you see people have an attitude and they have an issue, find out what they're eating. You know what I tell you? Find out what they're eating. Your woman, she got attitude, a lot of times. Most of the times, like yesterday, and I'm thinking, this is how you used to be. This, how I felt yesterday. How I felt yesterday, miserable, stuffy, bloated, sometimes I feel something from my stomach. That is how I used to be for 40 years. Since I've done my lifestyle changes, I'm very collected. Worst case scenario, you feel empty when you're doing your fasting and so. Because remember, eating till 12 o'clock in the day. Worst case scenario, so God, I don't feel withdrawal. I don't feel hungry because I got a time we're eating. I get no brain fog. Riyadh is saying no brain fog. That is why y'all there, how y'all there. It is what you put inside. Look at Patterson. Look at Patterson. Who now piss spin it? Patterson piss, he take out the low, he show the people them, he cuss up the people them. The thing we put in his system, I know David Patterson. You understand? It's gear for David Patterson. David Patterson everywhere. David Patterson is the same guy. David Patterson would be the same guy that I was 5 years ago. Drinking and cussing people and I don't have no time. Now I still cussing. But I got time. Right? Now under the influence, a sitting MP, it is about what you put in your system. This is a real coffee. You're going some places and the coffee, strong black coffee. Now here I tell you, what you put in it, I'm miserable since I come to Suriname. The first day I come, the screw I roll with, there is the work. Even when I'm in Guyana, it's the same shit that's the one. Eat this, now eat that, and I'm still attacked in this morning. Yeah, you sure you want this? There's something that's never watch me. Like if I is the fucking conscience. You understand? Here now, them is watch me. Like if I is the conscience. You sure you want it? No, you do the fudge you want for do. Left me alone. Me there, yeah, thing. And here now, me not got a limit. I like when the first time me eat jackfruit is here. Now long Shelly tell me jackfruit is a good thing. So I never see inside the jackfruit. I don't always pass it by behind the garden on Sherry Street. Right? When I come in now, I see the jackfruit. I eat the jackfruit. Padna. When me done, it was 6 big jackfruit so. I'm going to research it, except too much of fiber get cramping in the belly. You understand? Me not got a limit and so. Me not got a limit. So when them know for taste a little, me don't know if me eat 1 bowl and 2 bowl and so. You understand? So me I get myself in problem. And them, like, them shit fly, them fly zing. You sure you want it? You sure? You do, you want? You think this good? And then, oh man, so them there all day. You understand? Whole day Saddam is there. You want to taste this thing, you want this. But that one, Shelly, she faces broke out. When she eat ice cream. And I like ice cream, so why you go do and put ice cream in something in a soup and something and get your whole face broke out? That's good for you. Take them. You understand? Take them. That's what I'm going to do, she. Put ice cream in something and get your feet. Watch laugh. And then they got done with me. If me want, you want to try this? You want? There's wee shenanigans down here. Right? But on a serious note, you gotta be careful. Here, I feel yesterday morning, you want me to tell you why yesterday morning, me go jump in the vehicle. So I tell Shelly, you drive, me go sit down at the back and me go show everybody where I go on and so. Right? Me go show them what Suriname, the streets, how the business dead, how the place there. Well, yesterday was a holiday, by the way. So the place would have closed down in any case. Right? Essentially. When I go for jump in the back, Shelly say here, I don't think you could, I think the police can stop you for that. And I ask a man, I drive, the man say, yeah, you can't get the back there. Police can stop you. So I just jump in the front and start drive. Like, just get on me nerves just so. Because the day is bare showers, kind of thing I eating. I start eating early in the morning. Jackfruit. Papa. That kind of thing. You understand? If you want, here what I'm telling you. If you want to take control of your life, take control of what you eat. You hear what I'm telling you? I am telling you, I'm miserable. And how I could know I was miserable, because I've done a comparative analysis to my lifestyle for the last year, mostly the last 6 months. And yesterday, 2 days since I eating all kind of junk food. And I've been doing that from time to time. One time, I just go off and taste different things. Clarity, energy, no brain fog and everything when you have a good diet. Whatever that is, preferably natural stuff, preferably whole foods, no processed foods. And I am telling you the miserable yesterday is how I live all my life. That is what, because I know of it, I've been that way for 40 years, 42 years, I've been that way. How I felt yesterday, when I tell you I feel miserable, how I felt yesterday is how I feel. I always got something in your stomach. You understand? You've got feelings that you know what these feelings are. It is the chemicals going through your body. You are, it is true, it is a matter of fact, you are what you eat. Look at Patterson. I know Pat, and hear what I say. The man made a report at the station. Did you guys see the video with MP Patterson pissing and, oh, like people going on tours, or that's how the workers just get that from here? Have you guys seen the video with Minister Patterson showing the private security guard and pissing on the building thing? Have you guys seen the video? Now, this man is a member of parliament. Now, when I'm seeing him doing what he was doing, I can't genuinely, with a clean heart, be who I am, being honest, come out and beat up on Patterson like if he do the guards, because in a past time that would be me not shaking my penis and show people, and I don't know, people like Charan Das who can tell a woman let the dog go and F she and all them. I don't know where the characteristics come out from, where they learn this language, right? Where they get this understanding from. So imagine you are a member of parliament. Don't you have some amount of pride in what you do? Bear in mind, I don't think any member of parliament should get any cross talk with any citizen, because you ain't got no purpose other than to serve the citizen. This is the first thing. If you are a member of parliament, you have one whole sole purpose. You got your life. You got your life. You got things you got to do. You just get angry and all this thing. But when it comes to the citizenry, you could talk to next MP. Because you facing off against the next MP while you're representing people. You representing you people against he people and this and that. But you ain't supposed to get no crass. That ever man tell you, man, who is going to piss in all about the place? What kind of thing is it? How you going to go piss by a man gate? This is a walking gate. Tomorrow the man got use the gate. You piss in by the man gate padlock. What kind of stinking dirty way is that? You understand? Who does that? Everybody's supposed to go piss by some tree or some bush. Or you go by a man gate go piss. You even stand up and say you're pissing the gutter. You understand? And where it comes back to? It comes back to a mindset. It comes back to understanding. He was pissing drunk when a man started cussing. Show you lowly. I here if it was a PPP, I call him member parliament. Member parliament. And I'm saying the reason I ain't come out and doing no lynching is because 5 years ago that might have been me cussing people and but now pissing on people's place. I still all of my life I've had principles. I was brought up with principles by my mom. You understand? And if I ain't get nothing else. It's giving me a good understanding of what morals are. You understand? Who does that? Who do piss in people's place? But you gotta remember, as a member of parliament, you're guiding people, you're representing people. The AFC was created to touted themselves as the representative of the middle class. Is that what middle class is? And I'm saying, I'm looking at Patterson, pissing drunk, right? Well, a report was made. Obviously, he's going to be charged. It's not something for him to be hanged for, but if a regular citizen could get charged for indecent exposure, Patterson and MP should be charged. You understand? Me going at it and lynching because it's a cultural thing with you. You know, when I spoke and started talking about low life and hungry belly, people felt offended and rightfully so, because too many people are low life and hungry belly. You understand? Too many Guyanese are low life and hungry belly. It's an attitude. It is an attitude. It seems to be ingrained. Poor morals. Poor principles. You understand? No, well, you know, a lot of people just glad that we'll know. Like, it seems that Guyanese strive on something going wrong with politicians and so on. But the law have to take its course, and they are people too. But they are representative of a low-life, majority low-life hungry belly society. You come to this place. Not yesterday I was here. Yesterday was a holiday, by the way. A lot of people come out to this resort. Not a big noise. I drive in Suriname. No big blowing, horns blowing. It's not in the city, not noisy. I continue to look and realize something is wrong with Guyanese. You understand? Something is wrong with Guyanese. So let the system take its course. And me, straight up, I think Patterson should be talked to in Parliament, since he's a member of Parliament. He should be chastised for his actions, and he should apologize, and let me move on. Let me move on. I can't decide what course of action the man is going to take. If there's the law, how the law stands, there's it, but let me move on. Right? Other MPs, what is Kemraj Ramjatan going to say, the head of his party? But me, I beat up on a man when I knew that under the influence of alcohol, all kind of shit I used to do. I choose not to do that. If I was in Patterson's position, I try my utmost. But one has to, anybody thinking about the mental status of these, anybody's put a lot of thought. That's one of the things, you see, I think the PPP can't see clearly because everybody's blinded by different things. The PPP is out there and they're doing their thing and they're struggling and they're winning. And winning causes you not to look back at the loser. But is anybody looking at the mental status of opposition members and what they're going through as a result of their continued failings, as a result of they just had power? The man was pissing all over the road, was a minister, Mr. Minister at the office, with a driver, dedicated staff, was on the up and up. Should have been the man building the bridge across the Demerara River. You imagine the trauma that opposition members are going through, knowing that this that is going on. They should, if they were more prudent, they would have been playing a role in the development of this country today. Anybody calculating the trauma? Them is human, it ain't easy. When they can't go and talk to nobody and find solace in the fact that they did anything for Guyana in 5 years. Anything tangible. Imagine having to represent yourself in a parliament. To say, well, look, the PPP, and you can't say, look at what we have done. Imagine having to go constantly trying to make up stories. Doing things surreptitiously. Finding fictitious things to talk about. And you just out of power can't make a comparative analysis to what you have done. You didn't think that would break anybody? If you there years upon a job and then you lose your job and see another man has made a success with the same thing where you had. You didn't think it got an effect on a man like Patterson? When the high point of what people talk is that some bangle you get. It must have an effect on these people mentally. They're human beings too. Look at Ramjatan. Look at Nagamutu. As a result of Nagamutu's extraordinary failure, he ceased to exist himself. As a result of his failure and the overwhelming shame that he's brought upon himself, he's gone into hiding. You don't think it got an effect on these people? You don't think it has an effect on their family? Look at the life where they used to live. They're eating well, they're doing well. Now people are going to come out and watch at Patterson. There is a psychological effect. That is not normal behavior. And that is one of the things we watching everybody. What you don't do? We just have to catch somebody. We like little children trying to catch somebody in the act of doing something. And not asking ourselves, why are some of us acting the way we act? You gotta look at that. When I look at Patterson, all I have is pity for him. When a man, a member of parliament, is going to end up into a drunken stupor and acting a man, I'm telling you, next morning, Patterson can't wake up and say, I show you me lowly again. I show them me lowly again. I go and piss on the gate again. He wouldn't have done that when he was sober. Look at you, do some introspection. Look at when you're having a down time, when you're having a down day.
Do some introspection. If you look at most of us who partying and saying we partying and we having a ball, is drinking our sorrows away. We ain't actually having a ball. Is drinking. Look at me. After drinking for 20-something years, I ain't never had a beer. Yesterday, half of a parable beer. I taste the beer and I get, it's not me. I don't want to wake up with a hangover. I don't want anything to take me away from my sharpness. You understand? I up on a different role. You imagine me even want to eat nothing. We're going to throw me pH, half balance and them thing now. I have become so sensitive. Me, let us eat anything and do anything. Biologically, I am well programmed now. I wake up in the morning at a certain time, use the washroom. I feel the urge flex. So when I don't eat, I driving down coming from Nikiri the other day. And I'm telling them, I say, yo, I want to come with this vehicle. To want to do good by myself. How can a man function? Anybody's asking themselves the trauma. Yeah. Look at when opposition members come out. They only come out when they can attack. Because they can't stand up. Unfortunately, in 5 years, they have not been able to gather anything of substance that they could use against the PPP. They have found themselves in a sad situation. Don't you think that have a mental effect on them? Do you think they just don't think, they don't feel? Don't you think they have children? Don't you think when they go there, even in the illusions of grandeur that they make up for themselves, don't you think they're affected? Even in these deluded scenarios and metaverses that the opposition create for themselves. When opposition leader goes into places in the last election, the local government people cause it, get out of here in your territory. When the PPP is going to win Madjo, when the PPP is going to win Bartico, when the PPP is going to make headways in Linden, don't you know it has a psychological, we're all human beings, we have to be fair. I have learned, I would have learned, Lorraine, somebody saying protest for Patterson. No man, Patterson is, I ain't gonna protest for no man because he pissing. This is the society we live in. Too many men are doing that. Patterson is an expression of our society and our men. What we have to do is do some introspection. We all have to do introspection. And look at how we're going to change our attitudes. How we're going to do right by ourselves and our brothers and our neighbors. That is what we have to do. I don't think the PVP even should dump no bandwagon talking nothing but Patterson. I think Patterson own members of parliament should say, brother, this is what we have to do. You should apologize publicly. You understand? And that is it. Because Patterson is an expression of what too many men are today. Too many men of low moral standing. Too many men have been able to be foisted and hoisted to positions of leadership, and they don't know. When you wake up and you're a leader, you continue to walk a thin, narrow line. Certain things are expected of you. You're not a normal human being. That is why when somebody murders, when there's a crime of hate, a crime of passion, There are different sentencing guidelines used. Because a judge would assess and know we're all prone to anger. That is why we look at it in this perspective. If one premeditates and plans, a judge would assess and realize that person is expressing psychopathic tendencies and possess and pose as a danger and a threat to other right-thinking human beings, because we are all prone to anger. If you lack the ability to see the need to curb your attitude, quench your thirst, restrain from certain practices, allowing your feelings to control you, we know you are not a person that is fitting of being in a society with other right-thinking people. And most of us don't think right. But fortunately, most of us do not just act on anything. I think, I want to burn this thing, I want to block up this thing. No. Like the young lady in Madhya that caused the life of 20 others. She was so deluded. She's so confused. And the funny thing, there are many more like her. What has to be done is introspection. Nobody pieced together. The opposition jump on the bandwagon and say, you're supposed to lack a place like this. But nobody pays attention. That if they are not protected, the intention was to protect them. If they were not protected and not kept in a certain place, they would be all about the place, and people jump in on them all about the place. Whole night they were there all about the place with man. Them little girl were there in the bush, by the time they turn 10, 11, 12, and that is madness to control them. If in the tongue every day, somebody 14, 13 may say, where you think they gone? Where you think they gone? Where you think going on? Imagine in the bush. Imagine in the bush. We have to do some introspection as a people. And although Patterson's behavior is unbecoming, I don't think the government needs to jump on the bandwagon for political mileage like the opposition did with the victim, and now have to do victim shaming and victim bashing. The victim come out and did a video. I chose not to do anything with it. When the story break, I tag the story like how the story break. Report made against minister. Minister proceeds and leave. Child care protection take victim into custody. Report police calling minister. Just how it happened. Matter drop. DPP, wow, just how it happened. The victim even sent a thing to me, call him, people saying that you got to come attack yourself. The whole country worried about you. The victim clearly says, now people who got recorded with the victim saying this and that, no victim bashing. And that is exactly what they play into Jagdio's game, because Jagdio said they were going for political mileage. They showed that they never had an interest in the victim. Protesting. The victim come out and say, here. Me get them, me take them, me do them, whatever. However you put them, me not listen to the 5-minute video. I posted it, me listen to it, me not interested, me no want to get in them story there. I know all too well the shortcomings of all parties. I don't play them game. I don't play lil boy and lil girl. Hear what telling y'all. I know, Professor. Hear what tell you? I profess to be an individual who is a great product of academia. But Camille Rodriguez bring me up in a certain manner and taught me enough wrong and right to sit here and speak today, to make me the man who I am today. I could not carry home a pencil that didn't belong to me. My mother made me take it back. Me not play a certain game. You understand? I ain't no saint. One thing, but these two fuckers, them like homeless people. Like them at church. But these two, the one where I can remember the bag on his shoulder. Yeah, look homeless, boy. Hey, for homeless man, you got the sexiest looking girl, boy. He walk, them look homeless. He got a plastic bag on his shoulder. They got the hammock, them they looking for place with them. What kind of sick people is that, boy? Eh? What kind of friend is that for guy? For a friend watching you and tell you how your wife sexy. How your wife looking good. You got a friend like that? You imagine you invite me to your house and you say, oh, your wife looking good, but in front to share you. That's it? Patterson will start shit right away. Eh? If Patterson check out the holy, just because somebody tell you don't piss there. Eh? You yeah, careful what kind of friend you are getting in your life by. How my watch is it? Eh? Your wife looking good, man. Eh, good man, I ever take that. What is that? What is that? That's my friends and for life, don't worry. Yeah, for they come out and victim bashing now. The victim of what she said when she said, I thought y'all is for the victim. The main fact they politicize it, there's so many victims more out there that want to talk and ain't gonna talk. If you want your story, tell the Torrent lifetime story, you tell the PNC. I now have to relook and rethink when somebody tell me something, how do I do it? You know how much cases come to me directly put it onto the police, immediately put it. I don't think I am the person. I don't think I am the person. I might say something. I might say something that might affect the me mouthing dead on here. Me no calm and I don't. When I'm speaking, I have no time with how people feel, you know, or the repercussions or the backlash, you know. All my interest is to make sure that you get the message. That I impart with you a bit of a knowledge that I have attained, and I have my input on the circumstance at hand. Story done. That is why you get what you get from me. I wonder how the people are going to think, and I wonder how the people I don't have no time with that. Now, David Patterson and me have spoken on many occasions. I would talk to him again, right? I would sit down and drink with David Patterson. I think what he did was unbecoming of him, but I don't think he deserved to be lynched for it. Right? Wherever is the thing, let it take its course. But I don't care if David Patterson doesn't want to talk to me anymore because I talk about him. I don't care. It's you I see piss him whenever you piss him in the billion place. I don't care. I don't do... Well, let me deal with it delicately, so in the event if he comes back to power, I could think, I don't give two flying fucks. You understand? I don't care. You come to the point you don't like me, I don't care. I talk about Grange, just said Grange, just a dotard and why he was the president. If I day in a bad mood, I make laugh off a jag you. Whatever is it when the problem and the time comes, and you will hold me down or try to oppress me, I will talk again. I do not give two flying fudges. And when I make a mistake, I too will come out and say, I erred here, I'm wrong, and I apologize. And I've done that on many occasions. So let the thing take a course. Now we're looking at the opposition. You're looking at the victim bashing now. What is going on? The people who claim they play and unplay their own game. When they came and protest, it was suggested that they came out like Smelly Smell. She act like she hear the story. Somebody bring the story. Smelly Smell was behind it all the time, recording the girl. She was in direct contact and come like if, oh, somebody else break the story. You can't plan an elaborate thing like that. As elaborate as that. And it wasn't politically intended. Hello. Is there punkers? You understand? All of them dying. All of them were in and intentional. If you, right away, as a member of parliament, something come to your, you know, Smelly Smell says she's an activist. Activist for who? She got the information, kept the recordings, the lady they in contact with. She called child care protection and said, this is what you're going to do. And if y'all don't follow up with this, this is what I'm going to do. They work with it with the protests. They work every day. They extending the story. Play. You look at the story. No for Smelly Smell for come out and say, I had the story and hear the girl recordings. And Jagdi was saying all the time, this is politically motivated. They got one intention. And they come out and play it now because when the victim in, play victim no more, they start bashing the victim too. You imagine the speak about is not the suspect anymore. You hear not Madan Lal? Is the victim now getting licks in public? How can this work by? And the girl come and say they use me, the thing and this and that. That is why I never got in. And the girl says she think a statement say you have to come and talk for yourself. Nobody setting me up. Me taking setup. Me want to part and parcel with that. You see how the young lady speak, she was very confident. Is that no little girl there? That no little picnic? Here, I want y'all to do some introspection. We gotta start doing some introspection. We gotta start looking at ourselves. Where we going as a country? What we doing as a people? Right? Let's do some introspection. Where do we want to be as a people? Where would you guys like to be in this country? Where would you like to see this country go? The girl played all of them. She wasn't a victim. She was a woman out of revenge. That's why she should be in jail. She was a part of the setup. Rhonda, we gotta be very careful with this. And the reason why I was very delicate in this matter, and I chose to refrain from everybody, every aspect of the thing. And the first thing I posted is when she did the video speaking up, because it's her voice, it's her face, it's everything, it's she. There are a lot of victims out there. The world is not without monsters. The world is not without monsters. And we don't want to make people feel that if they come out against people in authority, things could turn against them. So we got to take one for the team. The only body come out looking bad here is the opposition, because they capitalized on it. They knew what was going on all the time. They intentionally made this a political situation. You understand? They intentionally made this a political situation. It should not have been. All they should have concentrated on narrowly is justice, justice, justice. And if the thing had taken its course, Child Care Protection Agency, how it do? No, one of the NGOs has political affiliation. And that is how the whole thing unraveled. One of the NGOs has direct links to the PNC. That is how the whole matter unraveled. When you're doing something, you see me, before I express a bias, and I don't jump on bandwagon, I don't do bandwagon, me na bandwagon. You know what I'm telling you? When me watching it, I say, Mano, I staying away from that thing there. That thing that problem is. When I look at Ganesh, my ball, smelly smell, them people is now of no character for attack to nobody. You imagine me coming for attack against somebody like Vindi. Vindi Prasad is a devout Hindu. And imagine she do something wrong and me, Critic, come for. Rhonda Babbitt. No, here what no. Rhonda, since we're on this, you're saying you think if the opposition wasn't part of the ordeal, the outcome would have been different, far different, vastly different. Here was the funny thing. Justice still might not have been delivered. If they didn't play it politically, justice still might not have been delivered. But we wouldn't have had victims running for cover now. That is the funny thing. One has to sometimes think. We do what we do, right? The end justifies the means. And if their intention was to see a paradigm shift, a real shift in how victims are dealt with it, they would have dealt with it differently. But they took that victim and want to have one up in the PPP. The PNC and the AFC came together. They didn't come together to fight for people's votes at local government election. They came together after losing to bring shame to the PPP. That is what you have to remember. They came together. The AFC and the PNC came together. They could not have come together to represent the people of communities, the people who vote for them. They did not come together for the elections, but they came together to try to smear the PPP as a result of one individual's actions or a scandal. So you see, political motive. Then it come out, if they had all these recordings on, obviously, this would have been in certain circles, and they come out, oh, like some victim put something up on Facebook. The victim, because of me put that, she talk, she say, but she put it. And then you look, they couldn't make the Cummins-Berg Accord work enough to see for the rights of people in the communities, to see for better drainage, to see for better roads. They could not have seen eye to eye to make that work, but they knew. Let me use this opportunity to put a mark, an X in the PPP bad box, and they run with it. Now it comes out that they're behind it all the time. The opposition can't sit down idly by while they find out that the minister have acted in such a manner. They have to say something. They say something in Parliament. People could start writing letters publicly and say, we hope the police take the report. We look in the DPP, we looking at this, and keep pugging and watching everything. And let the system deliver. But the big hullabaloo was having one intent. When I watched the thing, I said, this is a mean there for or against, can't make joke with young girls and how they're affected. You can't make joke with victims. And when you use this to your advantage in terms of the media, there should be only one outcome: giving empowering victims and sending a clear message to predators. If you ain't plan it like that, better you stay quiet. If you don't plan it with the intention of sending a clear message to predators or perpetrators and empowering the victims, but they don't care. You see, the opposition don't care. Now their members come out and bashing the victim. So the victim is no longer the victim. Oh, she's a big girl now. She's a big girl now. Y'all keep following them people. Y'all keep following them people and the shepherdess. I've spoken. The realest thing.